Hey, welcome to my channel. This video is all about where you can place your bird's cage. Where in the house you should keep your bird's cage. When choosing your bird's location, there are 4 things that I suggest you consider. Those 4 things are safety, comfort, security, and entertainment. These 4 qualities, when considering the placement of your bird's cage, came from the breeder that I got my bird from, and I've also found very similar advice through other research that I've done over the years of having birds. So the first is safety. You want to make sure that your bird's cage is in a safe location. For me, with my bird, I wanted to keep my bird in a room where my other animals, I can lock them out. I have cats and I have dogs, and I don't want cats and dogs near the bird cage when I'm not home. So I wanted to make sure that my bird's cage was in a safe place away from my animals, and I can close the door so when I'm not there to monitor, that my bird is safe. I also wanted to be able to have a room that I can let my bird out when I know my cats cannot access my bird or get to my bird. I will never let my cats around my bird when my bird is out of the cage. So consider what feels safe for you and your household, your lifestyle. But when it comes to safety, considering other animals is really important, as well as considering toxins and fumes in the air is also really important, because birds are very sensitive and there are a lot of toxic and environmental dangers that are in our household that could be very harmful to our birds. Keeping your bird's cage in a kitchen or near a kitchen is often not a very good idea, because the kitchen is a place where most of the toxins and dangerous fumes occur. Garages and workspaces are also areas that there are often a lot of toxic fumes. I also paint, and I don't want to keep my bird near the oils and the paints because those are toxic fumes, which can be very harmful for my bird. I also have my bird cage up high on a higher table to keep her away from my dogs and my cats when they do get in the room. When it comes to safety, temperature is also very important. Birds do not do well with extreme changes in temperature, and they do not do well with very hot temperatures or very cold temperatures and sudden drops and changes. This means for your bird's safety, you want to keep the cage away from heat sources, whether that's a window that a lot of sunlight comes in the summer gets very hot, whether those are heaters, fireplaces, air conditioners, or windows with extreme temperature changes. You also want to keep your cage away from the front door or back door or doors that open to the outside where your bird can catch drafts. If your bird feels a cold wind every time you open the door, this can be very dangerous. Bathrooms are also not a great place because temperatures often rise and fall. The humidity is also probably too high for your bird in the bathroom. The best temperature for your bird is around 19 to 22 Celsius, but if the temperature rises to 30 or drops to 17 or so, if it's for a short time and it isn't drastic, that's usually okay. I know that my house at night in the winter, the temperature definitely drops below 19, but not much, but it's only for a short period in the night and it isn't a drastic sudden change. I also have a little heater that I keep in my bird's cage, and I have that on all the time, so if my bird ever is cold, she can go sit by this heater. It is a heater that is safe for birds. It's just like a pad. I'll leave a link for that. I just got it on Amazon. So there's a lot to consider for safety when it comes to where you are placing your bird and keeping your bird out of danger or harm. Next is comfort. When it comes to comfort, you want your bird to feel obviously comfortable in their home. Birds like bright, well-lit areas, often with natural sunlight, so although you don't want them up close to a window, a room with a window is great. And you don't want your bird to receive a lot of direct sunlight, so keeping them farther away from the window is best, but natural light is really helpful and really comforting to your bird. Keeping your bird the most comfortable will reduce their stress and will therefore keep them healthier and happier and live a longer life. To keep your bird comfortable, you also want to make sure that your cage is secure and sturdy, that it won't be tipped or fall over or shake, that it is up off the floor. Birds like to be high. Think of birds in trees. You don't often see birds on the ground. And you also want your bird to be in an area where they can hear the household or see the household. This is very comforting when your bird knows that they are part of a group, when they hear people, see people, when they're not always alone. Although you do want to be able to give your bird time alone to rest, birds do need alone time, but they really do need to be around people. It's very comforting for them. It also gives them mental enrichment, and they will be more likely to bond with you if they can see you often, hear you often, interact with you often. The next, security, means that your bird feels very secure. They feel very safe. A way that you can help your bird feel safe is having the cage next to a wall. So you don't want the cage next to a window, but up close to a wall can be comforting or help your bird feel safe. Or if you are able to close off one side of the cage with a towel or somehow block out a section so that they feel that they are kind of enclosed, that they don't have to watch from all sides. They don't have to look for predators or danger from the front, the back, and the right and the left, so that they feel that they don't always have to be watching their backs, which is just naturally something birds will do. When they're not worried about a predator coming up, sneaking up on them, they are more likely to be able to relax. Even at night, providing them with a little cozy, safe area, a nest box, even if you aren't trying to encourage nesting, or covering part of their cage with a towel, helping them feel safe and secure while they sleep so they can get a good rest. Just make sure that you don't promote mating or breeding behavior, or in spring giving them a nest box might have them become hormonal, which can cause them to be a little nippy or a little more aggressive, but that's a whole nother topic. Birds also feel safe when they are at eye level, or slightly above eye level is the most comforting for them. Too low will just naturally have them feeling very vulnerable. And the last is enrichment. Enrichment is everything that happens outside of your bird's cage while they are in their cage. This doesn't mean that you don't supply your bird with other forms of enrichment, but again, that's a whole nother topic. But birds like to be in a busy area, a busy room. They like to feel a part of the group of the house. Keeping your bird in a room like the living room, or a room where people often gather and talk, this is a great spot for your bird, as long as it's not the kitchen. Where you relax or where you watch TV is a great room for your bird. Areas or rooms where you come and go quickly isn't always the best for your bird. Things like hallways or rooms where you don't frequent in that often. You also want to remember to not overstimulate your bird by putting them close to speakers or very, very chaotic places. There needs to be kind of a middle ground. Because birds are very social, they want to be part of the family, but they also don't want to be in a very chaotic location. Avoid isolated spots or very crowded spots. In isolated areas, your bird will feel lonely, and in crowded, chaotic areas, your bird will be overstimulated, which will result in stress or overwhelm. What I like to do with my bird, I have a large cage that she stays in for most of the time. She sleeps in there, and she's in there when I am busy or doing something else. And I do spend time in this room, but it's not a busy room, and I'm not in there for hours on end each day. So what I do is I have her in there, that this is her main area, but when I am watching TV or eating dinner or in the living room area, I will take her out and she goes in a smaller cage, and this is like her traveling cage. It's not super small, but it's smaller than her main cage, and I'll move her throughout the house. I keep her in the cage instead of just taking her out and moving her, because I do have cats and dogs and I want to keep her safe, but I want her to be here with us, and she really enjoys that. It's a routine. I take her out and move her in the smaller cage at the same time every night, and she knows it's coming. If I'm unable to for some reason, which is really rare, she becomes a lot more vocal and she's kind of saying, hello, where are you? She's very used to the routine, so I'm able to meet all her needs by having 2 cages for her in 2 separate locations. So if that works for you as well, that's a really good idea. When she has her outside time, because every day I let her come out of her cage, this is done in the room that I'm able to close off and keep away from the other animals. But overall, I hope this video was helpful and you have some insight and good ideas on areas where you can place your bird's cage to keep them happy and healthy and safe, and so you can enjoy your bird to the fullest. For similar videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I'm willing to do anything to provide my dogs and cats the best life possible, full of love, joy, harmony. I believe my animals are worth it. I remember wanting to provide the best quality of life and becoming overwhelmed with diets, products, training tips, and everything else, feeling frustrated, helpless, overwhelmed during challenging behaviors, to now living a peaceful, trusting partnership with my dogs and cats. I tried to understand what my animals needed, which was impossible without understanding their emotions and energy. I am now using these tools and practices to transform relationships with dogs and cats into ones that are synergetic, where we work together and listen to each other. I honestly believe that dogs and cats are here to help us be better human beings. Are you ready to take your relationship with your animal to the next level? Form a bond built on mutual love, trust, understanding, and respect. Invest in your pet's peace, happiness, and quality of life. Enroll in Synergy, heartfelt alliances between witches and their familiars. A guide for witchy dog and cat guardians. Merge with your animal's energy and collaborate to manifest your desires while increasing the well-being of both you and your animal. Pets are more than just animals. They are spiritual beings with unique personalities and energies. Do you love your dog and want to live in harmony with your dog while understanding their needs and emotions? Instead of feeling frustrated or overwhelmed by your dog's behavior, improve your relationship with your dog and help them heal from any physical, mental, or emotional issues. I offer a unique combination of positive reinforcement training methods with energy healing techniques, animal communication, and tarot. Receive a personalized action plan created by a certified dog trainer and animal communicator. This package is perfect for anyone who wants to enhance and enchant their life with their dog. Don't miss this opportunity to get this amazing package. Apply now and get ready to create a magical relationship with your dog.